Hey, how you doing? I'm Steve Schmidt with No Limit.
And I'm Paul Fane.
Today we are going to go over recovery. This is at the end of an exercise. We're just going to take you guys through several different stretches, show you some of the techniques with the stretches, work on breathing. Use this as a template every time you cool down from an exercise, whether it's an exercise on a bike, a run, in the gym, even if you play a sport. Cool down is very important for recovery. And if you guys get yourself nice and stretched out, loosened up, then you'll be able to go out and perform to your max ability the next time you exercise. So the first stretch we're going to work on is a hamstring stretch. We're going to pull one foot in here real tight. Okay? So this leg is nice and tight to the body. The other leg is straight out here. I'm going to try to square my hips up and pull that toe back. Take a deep breath and reach with both hands, trying to stretch that hamstring. When you guys are in these stretches, try to hold them for 3 to 5 deep breaths. Every time you take a deep breath, let off the stretch a little bit and exhale deeper into the stretch. Once again, 3 to 5 deep breaths. So we're going to switch the direction on that one. Okay, 3 to 5 deep breaths. To follow the hamstring stretch, we're going to go right into the groin. Okay, we call this a butterfly stretch. So we're going to pull those heels into the midsection here, nice and tight. I want you guys to grab around the ankles. We're going to hold that in nice and tight and push down on our elbows here, okay? So the reason why I don't want you pulling up on your toes is because it actually stretches the outside of the ankle ligament. We want to try to keep those nice and tight, nice and strong, so we don't roll our ankles consistently, okay? Grabbing the ankles, pulling in and pushing down on the elbow. To follow this, we're going to go right into a glute stretch, okay? So that's where you have one foot crossed over here, and we're trying to get this foot flat on the ground. Once again, square our hips up. If you want to get an additional hamstring stretch, pull that opposite toe back, lean forward, and try to pull that knee right into the chest, getting right behind the femur there. Once again, 3 to 5 deep breaths. We're going to take this and we're going to throw a little rotation in here. We're going to put the elbow on the outside of that knee, put a little pressure, and try to rotate. I like my eyes to follow the stretch. And focus on your breathing. Once you finish that side, we will switch sides, get the opposite glute, and then get the opposite rotation here for another 3 to 5 good deep breaths, okay? So from here, we're going to work on an exercise or a stretch where we're flat on our back, okay? So we're going to start flat on our back. We're going to pull one knee up into our chest, and then we're going to rotate that across the body here. We're just really trying to get a nice stretch in that low lumbar. Maybe you get some pop, some release there. And I want you to try to keep your opposite shoulder on the ground. Once again, follow the eyes following down that line as well. Trying to hold 3 to 5 deep breaths here. And switching sides, same duration, okay? 3 to 5 deep breaths. And the goal here, guys, is to try to keep that shoulder down and try to push the knee all the way to the ground. You get some really good rotation in the low back there. 3 to 5 deep breaths. We're going to take it from that position. We're going to flip over into a down dog, okay? This is a calf stretch. We're trying to get the back of the legs here. Okay, so you're going to be up, butt up nice and high. Try to straighten your low back and try to push those heels down to the mat here. You'll feel a good stretch down that sciatic nerve going all the way down the back of the legs here. If you want to alternate weight, you can pedal your legs and alternate the distribution here. Take a nice deep breath every time we're into one leg. Exhale as we transition. From here, we're going to go into an up dog. Get those abs nice and stretched out. I like to rotate slightly side to side to get deep in those obliques. 3 to 5 deep breaths. If this is too intense of a stretch, go down to your elbows, looking up at the ceiling, and actually pulling back on your elbows here. It's going to give you a little bit of a lifted chest, but we're not throwing as much torque on that low back because our leverage is broken half the distance. From here, we're going to slip back into child's pose, okay? This is a nice stretch here to let those hips relax. Get right behind the shoulders here. If you want to make this more dynamic into the lats, reach over to one side, anchor the top head, and pull back, slightly breathing as we feel the stretch here. Alternate sides after you get 3 to 5 deep breaths. We're almost done, guys. We're gonna take a knee next. We're gonna push our hips forward, get nice and deep into that hip flexor. And I wanna get all these core muscles as well. So we're gonna lift up and reach, trying to stretch everything from the bottom of the rib, iliac crest, all the way into the hip flexor, slightly feeling it in the quad. 3 to 5 deep breaths there, alternating on that one as well. Remember, you're reaching over the leg. You want to stretch out that hip flexor that's extended in the back. Nice deep breath, 3 to 5 times. The final stretch we're going to stand up here. We're going to stretch our quads out. Let's do one-legged where we're pulling in the back here, trying to push that knee down and trying to pull that heel into our butt. Sometimes people have a hard time balancing here. So a good technique, a good trick is to find a focal point on the ground and just focus on that for 3 to 5 solid breaths. Alternating, once again, 3 to 5 solid breaths on the other side. Hopefully this stretching routine will keep you guys nice and flexible and limber, helping you guys recover before the next exercise. Thank you guys very much, and we hope this helps.